Path of Exile 2 is not just a continuation of the original. It's a completely separate game with its own campaign, new mechanics, and endgame experience. While Grinding Gear Games originally set out to redesign and expand Path of Exile, it became its own game, designed from the ground up to evolve the Path of Exile formula. Unlike what many fans initially thought, the two games will exist independently. While Path of Exile will continue to receive updates and support, Path of Exile 2 is setting a new standard with a completely redesigned system and a crazy amount of content to explore in early access. This approach allows both games to shine in their own right. Whether you're a die-hard Path of Exile fan who loves its complexity, or excited for the modern, polished experience of Path of Exile 2, you'll have a choice, and both games offer unique, rewarding paths for all ARPG players. Let's start with graphics and visual upgrades. Path of Exile 2 is stunning, plain and simple. The new graphics engine brings Wraeclast to life with realistic lighting, shadows, and textures. Water flows naturally, fire spells illuminate their surroundings, and character models are incredibly detailed. Even small things like the way grass sways in the wind, or the glint of a sword in sunlight add layers of immersion that were not available in Path of Exile. While Path of Exile has been getting updates to its graphics and assets, this isn't just a visual upgrade, it's a complete reimagining of what the game world can be. These new graphics and assets lend a gorgeous hand to the dark and gory story that Path of Exile 2 has in store for us. The campaign is streamlined with 6 acts, set to offer a richer and more immersive story than ever before. This isn't just a shorter campaign, it's a more focused experience designed to deliver a gripping narrative that keeps players engaged from start to finish. Every act is packed with lore, character development, and challenging encounters that build the world of Wraeclast in a way we've never seen. However, early access for Path of Exile 2 will initially include only the first 3 acts. Once you've completed these 3 acts, the story doesn't stop. You'll play through them again under their cruel difficulty. This return isn't just about making things harder. It's a chance to experience the campaign with tougher enemies, higher stakes, and increased rewards, offering a taste of the challenge to come in the full game. This 2-phase progression mirrors the classic RPG experience of growing stronger while revisiting familiar areas under new circumstances. Cruel difficulty adds a layer of strategy and ensures that your builds and tactics evolve as the campaign ramps up. Even in this early access state, Path of Exile 2 devs promise us that it delivers a deeper, more cinematic story that feels alive, with better interactions, mapping, and a level of polish that raises the bar. The campaign isn't just about progressing, it's about experiencing a world brimming with danger, mystery, and adventure. And while the 6-act campaign is the ultimate goal, these 3 acts, played twice under escalating difficulty, set the stage for a truly epic journey. But to have an epic journey, we need some epic skills, which is where things get revolutionary in Path of Exile 2. The new skill gem system. In Path of Exile, skill gems are socketed directly into your gear. This often led to frustrating moments where you couldn't upgrade a piece of equipment because it didn't exactly have the right sockets or links. In Path of Exile 2, this is completely reimagined. Gems are now socketed into your skill tree rather than your gear. That means you're no longer constrained by your armor pieces. You can upgrade your character's defense or offense without worrying about losing your skill setup. It's a massive quality of life improvement that makes build experimentation and theory crafting easier and more accessible. And for veterans, it opens up a world of possibilities for min-maxing your setups without the old headaches. But awesome skills are nothing if the combat is just clunky, which is what places Path of Exile 2 on a whole new level. This isn't just about smoother animations, it's about giving players the tools to craft their playstyle in ways that were not possible before. With revamped skill gem system and new weapon types, theory crafting reaches all new levels. New weapons aren't just additions to the arsenal. They open up entirely new strategies. Let's look at spears and crossbows for reference. Spears tend to offer a mix of precision and crowd control, allowing players to alternate between focused thrusts for single targets or sweeping attacks for large groups. Crossbows take it even further with customizable ammo types, like explosive bolts for massive AoE or piercing bolts to shred through lines of enemies. What I feel makes Path of Exile 2's combat truly shine is how all these elements come together. The weapon and skill gem systems, combined with the game's challenge level, create endless opportunities for theory crafting. Whether you're optimizing your damage output, fine-tuning your defenses, or finding creative ways to exploit enemy weaknesses, every decision matters. Combat in Path of Exile 2 isn't just an improvement, it's an evolution. It's going to be challenging, rewarding, and packed with depth that will keep players experimenting for years to come. But let's face it, at the end of the day, all this only matters so much if the endgame has a solid offering and grinding gear games is not letting us down. Path of Exile 2's endgame is a masterclass in variety, offering players an expansive and multifaceted journey tailored to different playstyles and levels of engagement. Rather than relying on a single progression path, it provides numerous systems that cater to every kind of player, whether you prefer strategic planning, intense combat, or resource management. The beauty of Path of Exile 2's endgame lies in its flexibility. Each mechanic presents a unique approach to challenges and rewards, allowing players to mix and match activities based on their preferences. Some paths focus on fast-paced, adrenaline-fueled encounters, while others emphasize methodical strategy, exploration, or puzzle solving. Regardless of the chosen route, the systems interweave, ensuring a cohesive experience that never feels disconnected or repetitive. This diversity is paired with escalating difficulty and scaling rewards, ensuring that the endgame remains engaging for both casual adventurers and hardcore grinders. Every choice you make in the endgame contributes to the larger picture, whether it's farming specific resources, hunting for unique items, or preparing for epic boss battles. Path of Exile 2 empowers players to carve out their journey, offering an endgame that feels personal, challenging, and endlessly rewarding. While the 7 endgame mechanics available during early access are already known, we'll save the deep dive into each one for a future video where we can explore them individually in greater detail. With that out of the way, let's talk about the pay-to-win mechanics and money sink that this game has to offer. Oh wait, sorry, this isn't Activision or Bungie. The monetization in Path of Exile 2 stands out as a shining example of fairness in the gaming industry, especially compared to many AAA titles. Unlike games that charge full price up front and still bombard players with microtransactions, battle passes, and pay-to-win elements, Path of Exile 2 is completely free to play, while keeping all of its monetization optional and non-intrusive. As stated before, Path of Exile 2 during early access will cost you about 30 USD, the lowest supporter option available. Grinding Gear Games takes a unique approach to early access by ensuring that your purchase feels like an investment rather than just an entry fee. When you buy any of the early access packs, the full amount of your purchase is credited back to your account in the form of in-game currency. This means you're not just paying to access the early stages of the game, you're essentially preloading your wallet with currency to spend in the in-game shop in cosmetics, stash tabs, or any other items available, generally those that are meant for quality of life. This system ensures that players who choose to support the game early are fully rewarded for their investment, making early access feel like a no-brainer for fans who are already planning to engage with the Path of Exile 2's extensive customization options. In short, early access packs provide not only a chance to experience the game before anyone else, but also a way to invest directly in your journey through Path of Exile 2 with no wasted dollars. It's a win-win for fans, new players, and developers alike. Path of Exile 2 is shaping up to be the ultimate ARPG experience. With its revamped campaign, innovative mechanics, and stunning visuals, it's everything fans could hope for and more. And the best part, it stays true to its roots, ensuring that both new and returning players feel right at home. I myself have been a longtime ARPG fan, starting with Diablo as a child and diving into today's modern titles. But jumping into Path of Exile later in its life cycle felt very overwhelming. Relying on guides from the start wasn't exactly how I wanted to experience the game. Path of Exile 2 changes that. It bridges the gap for players like myself, reigniting the excitement I thought I'd lost in a genre that's often felt out of reach. This is the ARPG that I personally have been waiting for. So, what are you most excited about in Path of Exile 2? And what class do you think you'll start with? While I'm new to this space, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe out there, gamers.